Alright guys, welcome back to another DC Allies overview. Today we're looking at Lex Luthor, another tank. Let's get into it. So you may see Lex Luthor here and you may think, oh, he's not a tank, he's kind of like just a normal business guy. But we all know Lex Luthor, if he's going in a fight with a bunch of superheroes, he's bringing his power suit. So he is in fact a tank character. He works similar to the Hulk or Diva from Overwatch, where he has a mech form and a primary form. So he has a primary called Phaser Pistol, basically a green pistol that is powered by kryptonite. It illuminates targets that it hits, so basically it basically turns them into a light green illumination. Allows him to see in the dark as well, so if he does hit you with it, then he can see you in the dark, so do be careful about that. But if he does enough damage with his Phaser Pistol, then he will power up his passive War Suit, which allows him to call in his War Suit and changes both his primary to a melee weapon known as Kryptonite Axe, but also into his power suit, which gives him extra health. So of course, this primary, in this mech form, his primary changes from Phaser Pistol to a Kryptonite Battle Axe that phases through shields and structures, which is very interesting, meaning that he can hit you through walls if you're not careful, so do be careful about that, because it is a giant Kryptonite Axe. But he also has a few other abilities. First of all, his ability Energy Swing allows him to spin around with his Kryptonite Axe, and if he hits up to 3 enemies with one strike with the Kryptonite Spin Axe, then he may recast this once. So he can basically cast this twice as long as he hits up to 3 enemies with one spin. The second ability, Rocket Fire, allows him to shoot 4 rockets in a burst fire mechanism at once, and of course these rockets do splash damage, and they're also kryptonite, so basically everything on his suit is kryptonite. And then of course he has a spiked gauntlet, which has kryptonite spikes on it that pierce through enemies. He charges it up. Charge punching also knocks back the opponent he punches. So not only does he pierce them and potentially hit multiple enemies, but also he knocks them back if he charges it up. And then finally, his ultimate Radon Disc, he sprouts a laser on his back that shoots a seeking spread ray of radiation that inflicts radiation poisoning that both poisons and infects the opponent with radiation sickness, which is a very interesting offensive move for Mr. Lex. Of course, we have to talk about DC Allies' version of team-ups, Bonds. And of course, Lex Luthor, even though he doesn't have many friends, he does have one thing. They may not be his friends, but they are still in the Legion of Doom, and that is Lex Luthor, Black Manta, and Sinestro's team-up ability, Legion of Doom. When Lex Luthor enters or exits his War Suit, he generates an extra power barb for Black Manta to use. Power barbs are what Black Manta uses to spend his abilities, which is pretty nice. And Sinestro is also able to use Kryptonite when Lex is active on his team to weaken Superman when he is close, because we all know Sinestro uses the power of fear, and of course Superman's one weakness is Kryptonite. When Sinestro is in play, Lex Luthor and Black Manta get progressive shielding as part of his yellow lantern ring that gives them progressive shielding on top of their normal health pools, which helps them regenerate if they're critical. And if Black Manta is in play, Lex Luthor gains the ability to use a jump jet in his War Suit to boost jump up to higher places, while Sinestro gains a 30 to 40% flight speed boost while flying in the air. But of course, Lex Luthor is more known for his nemesis, because of course he is a supervillain, he has a ton of enemies. And of course his primary enemy is his main rival Superman in his nemesis, which is the negative team-up Injustice. When Lex Luthor is on the other team, his kryptonite weapons glow green when near Superman, weakening him. His attacks deal 50 to 67% more damage against Superman, meaning that Lex is pretty damn powerful when he's in mech form. So if you're Superman, you want to try and kill him when he's not in his War Suit, because if he is, it's going to be double trouble for you. Lex's spiked gauntlet also glows green, being empowered with kryptonite. This attack knocks out Superman cold for 1 second if it hits him directly, which is pretty dang overpowered. But of course, there is one person that Lex has a love-hate relationship with, mostly hate, but they do sometimes team up, and that is the Joker. So he has a double-sided thing. Basically, if the Joker is on his team, he gets a bond with him called All Fun and Games. So when the Joker is on Lex's team, his primary generates energy for Lex Luthor. So whenever Joker blasts people with his blast pistol, his Joke pistol, it generates energy for Lex Luthor to power his War Suit passive, which is pretty freaking good. And when the Joker whips out his Tommy gun, it has a kryptonite shield attached to the barrel that both blocks incoming fire as well as weakens Superman if he gets too close, basically giving both Lex Luthor an extra way to generate energy for his passive, while giving the Joker an extra way to passively weaken Superman if he gets too close. But of course, as all love-hate relationships go, there is also a dark side. What if the Joker is not on the same team, but against him? Well, if the Joker is on the opposite team, they get the Nemesis, which is the opposite of a team-up. It is the negative side of the team-up, Why So Serious, where the War Suit allows Lex Luthor to be immune from the effects of the Joker's laughing gas, but at a cost. Because when Joker uses his passive backstab against Lex Luthor, he will stab him twice instead of just once, dealing double damage with his melee, which already inflicts bleeding. So that's double bleeding on top of being a backstabbing little traitor. And of course, that's going to do it for Lex Luthor. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, remember to like if you like, dislike if you don't, and subscribe down below if you're new to the channel, and comment down below what heroes you like to play in the new game DC Allies. And I'll see you guys with the next overview. Toodaloo!